Okay, we're live. Let's go.
All right, everyone. We just wanted to welcome you to our 21 Day Fix Extreme Grand Reveal. We couldn't be more excited to share with all of you guys today a little bit more about the 21 Day Fix Extreme. Talk a little bit about who this program's really designed for, what kind of results you can expect, how you can prepare for this program, and also our experience as official 21 Day Fix Extreme Test Group participants. So as you may or may not know, Tommy and I, my husband, were selected back in September to test this program for Beachbody with the assistance of Autumn Calabrese, helping us through the program and giving her insight into what we should be doing to get the best results with this program, and then also providing our feedback, our results. We had to do some interviews, go through some questions. It was actually a pretty strict process for us, but an unbelievably rewarding one, and we're going to share with you today what it did for us and what it will do for you too if you choose that this program is a good fit for you. So we are so excited. We have been waiting for this day. Really, tomorrow is the big day to share this program with all of you. So I am going to hop in and share my screen so that I can share a little more on the details about the program. So first, these were actually my results as a test group participant in the 21 Day Fix Extreme. So a little bit about myself. I was at a point in my fitness journey, because and I got a lot of this when I first posted about being in this group, is you're already fit, you don't need this program. Everybody has a different journey. And what I want to say to that is, we're always a work in progress. We're always trying to strive to do more and to help, nourish our bodies and to see what we can actually do to achieve peak results in our fitness. And I was at a point in my fitness journey that I didn't really think I could do much more. I felt like I had been working out really hard every day. I'm very consistent with my practices, and I physically felt like I was in a place where this was it. I'm not going to get those six-pack abs. I'm not going to really get that defined, chiseled look. I run marathons. I work out each day. I eat fairly clean, and I was just at that point where mentally I thought, okay, this is it, and I was okay with that. I wasn't upset because I did have a very nice build at this point. I've been working over the past 2.5 years, 3 years, getting to this point. And when we were asked to be part of this program, I looked at Tommy and was like, I guess I can. What is it really going to do for me? I don't really think I'm going to get much results in 21 days. I eat already clean. I eat clean already. So really, what more is it going to do? It's just going to be like the rest of the programs, which I love, but I didn't think it was going to do much. And as you can see, it absolutely reshaped my body. And we're going to talk a little bit about who this program's for, and then also how these results are obtained and sustained over time. So that was a little bit about where I was at my point in this fitness journey and where I went as part of this group. And then I'm going to share, Tommy's going to share a little bit about his experience.
Hey guys, hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Like Leslie said, when we got started, we're fairly active. I've been on my fitness journey for about 1.5 years, 2 years as well, and I've gotten to the point where, I thought maybe I'd get results out of a program out of this. Like this, but overall, I was wondering, does this work for guys? And as you'll see later in the broadcast, there were a lot of guys in the test group with us, getting varying results, all very, very positive. For me, when I completed the program, I became very, very lean. I saw my abs like I've never seen them before, which is fantastic. But more importantly, I felt like I was in peak physical condition. We were running a lot of races, doing marathons, half marathons. We run the Spartan races and Savage races. And going through the program, I felt like, number one, my entire torso was just completely tight, and it just felt like with the meal program and kind of the way we were eating and the work that combined with the workouts, I was just in peak performance. So I'm really excited about this program. I think we had a great time going through it. Leslie and I are going to cover some of the details with you today, and hopefully, once you guys get a little bit of a sneak peek, we'll work to get you guys in good shape for starting this program when it launches tomorrow. Leslie, can you change the slides?
Hopefully that shows up. It wasn't allowing me to change them while you were talking, so we got to see you the whole time.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what
I can't get it to change over. I can't get it to change over to you. Do you want me to just go through the slides?
Yes. Yeah, just manage the slides if you could.
Okay. Sorry, guys. This is a new technology, so we're learning as we go. Nothing like diving right in. Okay.
All right. Perfect. So, who is this program for? Working with Autumn's team, and our general impression is that to start this program, you want to have some baseline of fitness. You don't want to start this program if this is the first time you're doing a workout program. It's not to say that you couldn't be successful, but the program is really, really dialed in from a nutrition point of view, and the workouts are designed to push you. And as a beginner, you just may not have the baseline that you need to be successful. So that's one thing we want to make sure. If anyone wants to start this program, make sure you've gotten a good base in place. So also, what types of people would this be for? Overall, if you have a goal of getting ready or getting in shape for a competition, or you got a wedding coming up, or you're getting ready to go on vacation, or a huge sporting event, like we use this as we were preparing for one of our last obstacle course races. It's really going to help you dial in. Like I said earlier, you're going to feel like your body's just producing optimally, and you'll be ready for that competition. You're going to really, really get sculpted and be able to break through any plateaus that you're currently going through. So if you're trying to focus on those last 5, 10, 15 pounds, this is the program that'll definitely get you there. It's not that it's not whether or not you have 100 pounds to go or you got 10 pounds to go. Because even if you have 100 pounds to go and you've been working hard over the past couple months and you've already have an established fitness program, this is going to help you break through. You'll break through. You'll start to see results that you probably haven't seen with the current program that you're doing now, and it'll allow you to take your fitness to the next level.
Okay, great. So from there, we got a lot of questions. Is this program any different from the original 21-Day Fix? So I want to cover a little bit about what's the same, what you can expect with this program, and what is actually very different with this program versus the original. And Tommy sort of touched upon a little bit of that when he was talking about who this is really designed for. So some of the things that are the same that you'll see is it's the same trainer. So Autumn is in this the entire time with her cast of members, and you still use the same wonderful color-coded containers that you have in the original Fix. So same pattern and same equivalents into those containers. It's still a 30-minute workout, so you still get that 1-minute power move, and then you get that 10-second break. I actually think it used to be 15 in the original. I like my breaks, so I think they felt a lot longer in the original verse. the extreme, but you do get a small break in between each 1-minute workout segment. And you still have the option to follow a modifier. And I say a modifier because I get a ton of questions if Kat is the modifier or is she in the extreme. And Kat from the original 21 Day Fix actually is not in the extreme. And I know everybody's kind of like, oh, because we all love Kat and she was so fantastic as a modifier in the original. Charisse is the modifier for the extreme, and she is just as wonderful. So there is an option to follow her throughout the program. There may be difficult moves or moves that are a little more impactful that you choose to modify, and that is totally fine. You are going to get fantastic results even with following the modifier. They are still working just as hard, so you'll have that option. So that all remains the same as the original fix. But these programs are distinctly different. And as you heard Tommy talk a little bit about who it's designed for, when it comes down to the workouts and the nutrition, they are different. So the workouts include weights and resistance bands the entire time, all days with the exception of yoga, so you don't use it on the yoga day. That would make for an interesting situation, probably like the one you see my picture of. And then also they're more difficult moves. When you combine weights with cardio routines, that takes it up a notch. You know, when you're first starting out, and that's probably why they suggest this not to be a program for just starting out beginners, because when you first start out, you just need to get, you know, familiar with your body and understanding how it moves through some of these workouts. Adding in weights takes it up a notch and increases the difficulty of those moves. So having weights 95% of the time through each one of these workouts, really, you're going to feel it. You're going to see a big difference in the definition of your body and just how far you can push it. You will also be very sore, so be prepared for that. But they are by far my favorite, and everybody always asks me what my favorite workouts are. This is by far my favorite workout so to date, and I've done probably 17 of the Beachbody workouts, and I absolutely love this one. Now, a lot of the questions come in with the nutrition. So they are different plans. You actually have two options. The first option you have with your nutrition is to follow the extreme plan. So that is very similar to the original fix. Again, you're using the same color-coded containers, and the same quantity of containers based off of your goals and current weight. But it's more focused eating and nutrition. So it is a little more clean. You're going to take out things like deli meat, some of the higher fats, higher calorie, higher sodium items that are in the original are taken out of the approved list. You have no treats, you have no wine, and you have no chocolate. So sugars, refined sugars, are completely taken out of this plan. But keep in mind, it's 21 days, and you will absolutely redefine your body and get amazing results when you really fine-tune your nutrition. So that is the extreme plan. And you're probably thinking, well, that's pretty extreme. It is, but it's absolutely doable. Now, the second plan option that you have as part of this program is called the Countdown to Competition plan. If you think the extreme was pretty extreme, Countdown to Competition plan is the strictest, if that's a word, of the strict plans that we have with the 21 Day Fix. So this program is exactly what Autumn uses to compete on stage. So this is the 3 weeks leading up to her competition. She follows this regimen of food that's laid out to really define and sculpt your body. I will say, in our experience with the test group, when I looked at the options, I already felt that Tommy and I were fairly clean eaters, and we really wanted to be challenged as part of this group to push ourselves as hard as we could. So we did choose the Countdown to Competition plan, and that was the one that we chose to follow. The way that plan is structured is that you have competition days in your eating plan, and then you also have one extreme day in your eating plan. So it's not that you have to follow the competition every single day, because you might get a little, I don't know, hangry after a while, because it is a very different structure, a different plan. It takes out fruits. You're really left with a high protein diet. Takes out fruits and carbs. So you have 2 days of that, and then you have a day of extreme eating, which is, your typical regular food regimen. So those are your two options with nutrition. It is very dialed in, it's very focused, but we all know to get the results that we want, it really comes in the kitchen. It really comes down to what are we eating and consuming each day, and that's really what shapes our body. And you're going to see that with the results that we're going to share with you. So these are some of the results you can expect with following this plan to a T. Now, our experience with this extreme test group was our first experience in a challenge group. Tommy and I never got to participate in some of these awesome groups that you are participating with your coach in. We started coaching, we jumped in with coaching from day one, so we didn't have the experience of being an actual challenger in a challenge group. And this was the first time, and it was amazing. Like, these people were so focused on their goals that we made it a point to help each other stay accountable and to check in every day, just as we suggest to all the members, and your coach has probably suggested to you, is to get in these groups for accountability and daily motivation. These results are a reflection of our workouts and nutrition, but also a huge reflection of the support and accountability that we got in our challenge groups, which is just an amazing community to be part of. So I want you guys to walk away knowing that, it's a great idea to get hooked up with your coach and in a group that you can stay supported in. So these are some of the amazing results. Adam Carr, who's up in the top left-hand corner, he was traveling almost the entire time as part of this test group, and he probably had the best results of this test group. I think he lost over 20 pounds, which was phenomenal. You can obviously see he had definition before, but it really showed as a result of doing the 21-Day Fix Extreme. Bridget and Jenna, also women in the test group, who were at a fitness level and in their journey that they wanted to take it up a notch, and you can see that that really helped. Jenna actually had just come out of surgery on her rotator cuff, so she, while has been in fantastic shape, she started to lose some of her definition while she was resting and recovering from that surgery, and she hopped right into this test group, modified as she needed, and still got phenomenal results. And then Doug Fitzgerald, who was already in fantastic shape, still got in there and got really chiseled out, like, that's ridiculous, really defined results as part of being in that test group and following the plan to a T. And then here are a few others. You can see everybody, doesn't matter about age, doesn't matter where you're starting. If you have that baseline of fitness and you're ready to kick it up a notch, this is the program for you. It is amazing, and it's going to give you results that are sustainable and maintainable long after you finish that first round. And just like the original 21-Day Fix, you can do multiple rounds of the extreme plan. And I'll talk a little bit about the countdown to competition plan when we get into our Q&A and how often and frequent you can do that one. But you can do multiple rounds just like you did with the original with the extreme. And the results that some of these guys have gotten post-test group just gets better and better. So definitely keep that in mind, that you can do this long after those first 21 days. So what can you expect? I'm going to talk a little bit about our experience in this test group. So that first week was hard. If you guys remember any programs that you've done, that first week, adjusting your schedule, adjusting your eating, finding ways to incorporate your workouts, just as it's hard for you guys, it was hard for us, even being a group of coaches. We were there supporting each other, helping each other get through it. Planning and prepping is going to be key, but you get through it. Once you're through that first week, the second and third just get easier and easier, and then the multiple rounds after that get very easy. I mean, easy as in understanding how to get it. The workout is still pretty difficult. there just as with any other group, you tend to get in kind of a comparison trap. Some of these test group participants got in there and got ripped the first week, and I'm sitting back and Tommy and I'm like, are we doing the right program? Like, why aren't we getting those results? And I didn't even want to share my results the first 2 weeks because I felt like I didn't make any progress. And I talked a little bit about this on my blog and on my page, but I was very intimidated, and I found myself comparing myself to other people's progress. And our best words of advice is don't do that. Don't let yourself get into that comparison trap. You're on this journey, and you're going to make progress. I guarantee it. If you just stick to the program and follow the process, you will absolutely make progress. And then by my third week is when everything started to define and shred. And finally, I was like proud of my results. I could see a difference, and I shared them. And I wish I would have opened up in the group a little bit more about what I was going through, because I think that would have helped me personally. So do that. Use your groups as a way to have that support and motivation and just to keep going. And as I mentioned before, you can expect to be sore. Plain and simple, when you add weights and cardio together, your muscles are engaged those entire 30 minutes. You're going to be sore, and soreness is good. I always say it's great to be sore. Now, if you're injured, obviously consult your physician. But soreness is okay, and the best way to get unsore is to continue to work out. Work those muscles out, work that lactic acid out, and you're going to keep pushing through. Don't let it set in by skipping days. Follow the program as it's laid out. All right, so I already alluded to some of these things, but how can you set yourself up for success with this program? Make sure you're working with your coach. Somebody invited you to this webinar today. Maybe it was me, my husband, another coach from our team, or another team. Make sure you're working with them and you reach out to them for support. That is what we're here for. We want nothing more than to see every single person that works with us achieve their goals. And we would do anything for you guys to make sure that you are on a path to success. So first and foremost, make sure you are connected with your coach. Keep things super simple for yourself. Do not overthink, do not overplan, do not over-execute this program. Keep it simple. Keep in mind it's 21 days, and you can get the results you want by keeping things simple, plan ahead, prep, cook in bulk, and I'll talk a little bit about how you can, some things you can do there. Make sure you're working off a schedule. Put things in your calendar, and if you're doing the countdown to competition plan, I'll let you know that you're going to be eating 8 times a day. That's every 2 hours, and that would be from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night. And that is very hard to manage if you don't have alarms in your phone. And you can see my phone right now. I had like 10 alarms in my phone to make sure I was eating on that schedule. So set the alarms. Do what it takes to make sure you stick to your plan, okay? And then make adjustments as needed. If the competition plan is too extreme for you, back it up a notch and do the extreme plan. It's just as effective, and you will feel a lot less stressed if that is something that you need to do personally. Make the adjustments you need. No one's sitting here telling you have to do one thing over the other. You can make those decisions. Just stick with it and work with your coach. Trust the process. Boy, a lot of times, like I already said, you go through those first couple weeks and you're like, oh, I didn't lose weight. I weighed myself. I weighed 2 more pounds than I did when I started. I'm doing all this work and I'm not seeing results. You have to trust the process that by the end of this program, you're going to feel and look better. You're going to feel accomplished. You're going to feel more confident, and you are going to be able to see the results. I promise you that. And then also, don't try to be a hero. It's funny when you get all these coaches in one group as part of the test group. We're all like, oh, I'm going to still train my class, and I'm going to still run and do my marathons. And well, as part of the test group, they kind of reined us in and said, your test group participant, you have to do it as it's laid out, nothing extra, because we're showing you the results of the program alone. But also, I know a lot of people think if they add more and more and more to their workout programs, they're going to get bigger and better results faster. And that's not necessarily true. If you're going to do this program, I suggest for those first 21 days, just do the program as it's laid out. These programs are designed to get you those results with just doing it as it's laid out. Don't try to add so much stuff in there because you're likely to burn more calories and you're not eating enough, and things are introduced that aren't going to get you the guaranteed results that these programs provide. So for that first round, I would focus on just the program and then start adding in other things that you might like to do, like running or additional weightlifting or more cardio activity. You can start to do that and play with it. But to see the real, true results of this program, do the first round just as it's laid out. And then don't forget, get sleep. Sleep aids recovery of your muscles and helps you make more progress. So don't skip on your sleep. Make sure you're drinking tons of water and stick to the plan. So those are just a few of our tips from coming out of the test group that we wanted to provide with all of you as you start to work through this program. Last thing I want to talk about is keep your nutrition and planning and prepping as simple as possible. Don't overcomplicate your recipes. If you have a protein during the day, eat the protein. Just, eat your boiled egg, eat your grilled chicken or your brown turkey, eat your grilled fish, and just be good with that. It's also really helpful, and we'll talk about this in the Q&A, to do that so that you're also managing that with your family if you have a family, so you're not having to cook multiple, extreme meals a day. You can, extreme pun intended, so unattended. So you can also use some of those staples to prepare for them too, so you're not overwhelmed with cooking for a family. So definitely keep your nutrition super simple, and you will get those results. All right. So, Tommy, can you see that slide?
Yes.
All right. So I'm sure they're all excited about the details of this program now. So why don't you share with them everything they will get as part of this program?
How can they not be? That was an awesome update. Just to reiterate, our group got fantastic results just following the program 100% for 21 days. Like Leslie said, jump in, do the program as designed, and you'll definitely feel the difference. So let's get to some details about tomorrow's release. So the program is planned to be released tomorrow. The time hasn't officially been announced. It's typically around noon Eastern time, but we'll follow up to this broadcast and let you guys know exactly when it's going to be launched. When it's launched, it's also going to have a challenge pack promotion. So it'll be $140 plus $2 shipping. Normally $160. And that's going to include your workout program, 30-day supply of Shakeology if you choose the bag, a set of 21-day fix containers, a shaker cup, one of my favorite shaker cups, by the way, recently redesigned, a nutrition guide, a workout calendar that'll tell you exactly what programs to do on what day, and you'll get assigned a coach, which Leslie highlighted this, but I just want to reiterate it's very, very, very important. Once you get your program, you want to make sure that your coach, or whoever invited you to this call, lines you up in a challenge group for the 21-day fix. You want to get the support, and in those groups, you're working together. If this is a new program for you, if you haven't done the 21-day fix, there's some subtleties about using the containers and mastering the containers that many, many people have done, and you don't want to reinvent the wheel with that. So get into a good support group and make sure that your coach signs you up into into their challenge group. And then there's also online accountability groups available through Beachbody once you sign up for a Beachbody account. So now we're going to turn it over to questions. And we had several people submit questions to us over the past 2 or 3 weeks. So we're going to walk through some of those questions, and Leslie and I will speak to them. And then we'll try to see if we can pull some in from this broadcast. I don't see where they are right now, so we might not be able to do that. But Leslie, let's go ahead and start with questions.
Okay. Did you want to start off with the questions that we have?
Sure. So I have one here from Ashley Hood, and she's asking, are the results sustainable? She's recently seen posts of people losing 18 pounds in about 3 weeks, and she's wondering whether or not that's something that that once you finish the program, whether or not you lose all your results. It's really an individual thing. You don't have to lose your results. My recommendation actually is to continue with the 21-day fix portion containers. If you don't have the original 21-day fix program, I would suggest either doing the standard 21-day fix or continuing with the 21-day fix extreme and just using a different meal plan choice. Leslie highlighted some of the options. We have the competition plan, you have the extreme plan. If you're doing the competition plan, you're not going to want to do the competition plan back to back. The recommendation is to leave a few weeks in between repeating that, but you still have the option of doing the competition plan, or you can do the original 21-day fix meal plan. So Ashley, I hope that answers your question, but most people, and honestly, out of our test group, I've seen some of these people personally, and they are maintaining their results, and Leslie and I are maintaining ours as well. You want me to go to the next question, Leslie?
Yeah, you can go through yours.
Okay, I have another one here from Aaron Bond. Aaron's asking, what's more challenging, the workouts or the more streamlined eating plan? I'll start with the workouts. Basically, the workouts are designed to push you. So they are extreme workouts. They're designed for you to get extreme results. So you gotta get in the mindset that you're all in. You're going to push through these workouts. You're going to do them every day. And honestly, when we started, the first week was tough, but we stuck with it. And the second and third weeks got much easier. And the results started coming. As far as the eating plan, I wouldn't say that the eating plan is challenging. We did the competition plan, which is the most restrictive plan, and for me, it took time to adjust, right? And it only took, for me personally, 2 or 3 days to adjust to the competition plan, and I loved it. And essentially, what we were doing was we're eating every 2 hours, but we're eating very clean, and we're eating a lot of nutrients. So just changing to a schedule and working my day around being able to eat every 2 hours. Once I got into the hang of that, I wasn't hungry like I thought I would be, and I felt satisfied. So I don't think that's a challenge, but it will definitely require a little bit of adjustment. So let's see, another question here. Take these randomly. I have a question from Jackie. Jackie's asking, should this be recommended if someone hasn't done the first 21-day fix? And I think we touched upon this earlier, but 21-day fix grads or graduates that want to transition to the 21-day fix extreme, I think it's a great idea. You've already been working out for at least 21 days, probably longer. You've established a fitness base and a routine, and you have some familiarity with the 21-day fix nutrition plan. So I think there's a natural progression from 21-day fix to the 21-day fix extreme if you're really ready to focus, dial in your nutrition, and push your results even further. That being said, the previous 21-day fix workout program is not a requirement for the 21-day fix extreme. They're standalone programs. As long as you have some sort of fitness base or you're in a regular routine of working out, because you do need to commit 100%. It's only 21 days, but you commit for 21 days. So you're going to need that structure and that fitness base to transition into the 21-day fix extreme. And I think I answered that question. If someone hasn't done the first 21-day fix, yeah. So if you haven't done the standard 21-day fix workout program, no problem going to 21-day fix extreme as long as you've prepared yourself and you've done some level of fitness to get ready. So let's see. This next question comes from Terry. Terry's asking, is there a modifier? And Leslie already covered that, but she's also asking, is it a more or less challenging modifier than the first one? I'll answer the question. I don't know if I'll answer it exactly the way you want it, Terry, but there is a modifier. different modifier than the original 21 Day Fix program. When I started, honestly, probably 70% of my workout, maybe a little bit less, I used the modifications that were provided in the program. And I wouldn't say that the modifier is hard or less, or harder or easier than the previous program, because the workout's completely different. The moves are different. It's not the same program as the 21 Day Fix, but it does allow a kind of a dialed back set of options for those of us who aren't ready to go 100%. And like I said, this was perfect for me during my first week. I modified my first week or the first couple of days of the program to start to get accustomed to the moves and to start to get accustomed to the program. So you'll enjoy the modifier. She does a fantastic job, and I'll admit live that I do fall back to the modifier every now and then going through the program. So Leslie, why don't you pick up one?
Okay. All right. So Tammy asked, does the eating plan change if you're training for other events, like a marathon, a triathlon, etc.? There were actually a couple questions around there from a few different individuals around how you adjust the 21 Day Fix Extreme program when you are training for other events. And I will say, as part of this test group, I had to stop running, so, but on the very last day of the test group, I had a marathon that I had planned over 6 months before. Now, obviously, I stuck to the plan that they provided, and I did worry a little bit, like, what was going to happen, because it was literally the day it ended my marathon. I had my marathon. And I was pleasantly surprised on how well I felt through that entire marathon. By far, you know, when you dial in your nutrition and when you are fueling your body with the appropriate nutrients and vitamins it needs, it is going to run at peak performance, and it allows you to perform better than you probably imagine. So you can absolutely continue to train for other events while you do the 21 Day Fix Extreme. That is fine, but I would say you have to be careful, especially runners, because you're using your lower extremes, which obviously is going to burn more calories. You have to make adjustments in your eating plan to compensate for that extra burn. Otherwise, you're going to, you know, deplete muscle, and you're going to eat through all of your calories before you actually gone to the actual workout part. So when we were in the test group, Autumn would suggest, you know, adding in proteins, adding in veggies, and one additional fruit on days that you're burning additional calories. So if you're running, biking, swimming, any of those extra cardio activities that are going to burn more than the program has outlined, then you'll need to add in additional calories. For me, I adjusted a bracket. So and I'm talking about now, not with the test group. The test group I had to remain as it was outlined. But have since done the extreme within other weeks since we concluded the test group. And when I do run or I do other activities, I always adjust my calorie bracket that day so that I'm consuming enough food to fuel my body properly based off of that additional calorie burn. So you'll need to be very thoughtful of that. You want to make sure that you are consuming more calories when you're burning that additional food as you're doing those workouts. So you do, for me, I go up a bracket which typically introduces another protein, another vegetable, and another fruit. So you may choose to do the same thing as you are training. Okay, so another question from Jonna came in, and how do the workouts differ from the original 21 Day Fix? They look the same, except they only added weights. as Tommy said, these are two separate programs. They are different workouts, different moves, and that addition of weights is a huge difference. Not just in your ability to execute the moves and do the workouts, but also when you add weights in and you do cardio activity, you are burning more calories and you are keeping your muscles engaged the entire time. So that is also helping build, you're tearing down muscles, and those are going to build and repair when you sleep and you're drinking water and so forth. So you are actually putting your body through more rigor when you're using those weights. So don't discount the addition of those weights in those programs. That is a huge difference with these workouts. In addition to that, I know someone else had asked the question, what would you recommend after the 3 weeks? How do you challenge yourself more? Increase your weights. If your form is spot on, if you're getting through those workouts feeling great, if you want something more challenging, increase the pounds. That is going to also help build and help define your body even more, and you just continue to get feel more challenged throughout each round that you do. So hopefully that answered your question, Jonna. Yes?
I want to jump in just 2 seconds there, because just a sidebar question, because a lot of guys have been asking, is this program for guys, right? And you just talked about adding weights if you want it to be more challenging. This program absolutely works for guys. You saw it in some of the test group results. I've been through the program, and I can tell you, I feel like I'm fairly active. I've done a lot of Beachbody programs. I work out a lot, and just by introducing weights and choosing a weight that's challenging to you, you will get a solid workout. Guys, trust me, this workout will hand it to you. Leslie, also, we also have a question that I see popped up on the screen. So I'm going to run it by you. I don't know if you have a recommendation. The reason why I bring it up is the question is, someone has 8 pounds, 5 pounds, and 3 pounds weights, and they're wondering what we recommend, and also are resistance bands necessary. Do you want to speak to that?
Sure. So I would recommend doing the workout with a light and medium weight first, and if you're getting through those moves without hesitation and without having to put the weights down, then you can up your weights. I wouldn't want you to burn out right away if you have too heavy of weights. That way you can get a good gauge to feel, first you get into the routine of working out with weights. Because some of these, you are moving around pretty intensely with weights in your hands, so you just need to get used to your body doing that. So if you're doing that just fine with maybe your 3 and 5 pounds, then maybe the next time you do that program, you go to 5 and 8. And if that feels more challenging, stick in that until it gets easier, and then you can up it to maybe 8s and 10s and 10s and 12s and so forth. So I'll say when I first started this, I started off with 5 and 8s as my light and heavy, and by the 3rd week I was up to 10s and 12s, and I now use 15s for some of those workouts because I still like to do those workouts from here and there. So you will just listen to your body, feel how your body reacts to doing some of the moves with weights, and if you feel like you could use a more challenging or have a more challenging workout, just up them up one set. So hopefully that answered your question. The second part of that question was resistance bands. You are going to need a resistance band, especially for Pilates. Pilates, you'll use that resistance band the entire time. So you do need that for that workout, and it's not a workout I would say you could swap them out for weights. You actually do need that resistance band. So you'll want to get that for this program. Did that answer all the questions?
Yeah,
Tommy?
yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so have just a couple more. Wendy asked, what are the differences between the exercise part and the food part of the 21-day fix and Fix Extreme? And I think we've answered that. She had a couple, so let's see. After you reach your goal weight, do you continue to follow the food plan as it is or change it? Okay, so this is a really good question because a lot of people ask, can I do another round of this? Especially after seeing their results. Like the first thing I want, oh, can I do another round of the competition plan? Now, Autumn does that to prepare for events, to compete. You are actually eating a high protein diet and also pulling salt and waters from your muscles so your muscles pop more for competition. So you'll still maintain those results. Like, I still feel like I have some solid results from the 21-day fix extreme. Now, the countdown to competition plan, Autumn recommends that you only repeat that every 3 to 4 rounds. So what she says is if you do the countdown to competition plan now, then your next 2 or 3 rounds should just be the extreme, not just, because it's still a very effective program. You should do the extreme for 2 or 3 rounds, and then you can do the competition one again. And really, not because you can't do the competition plan always, because some people do have that lifestyle and do eat that way, but you want to make sure that you're nourishing your body with all the nutrients that it needs, but also that you are creating a very, sustainable lifestyle. And I don't think I personally think I'd get a little cranky if I only had, like, I love fruit. Like, I can do away with wine and chocolate, but fruit kills me, and fruit is not part of the competition days. So I know for me, I want to introduce fruit into my diet. So you need kind of that break, that mental break, and just, re-energize yourself and then get prepared for that countdown to competition plan again. So really, I would use that as more as a tool for big events, for competitions, for vacations. If I'm going to the beach, I'll do it 2 or 3 weeks before I go to the beach, because that's really going to give you some solid results. And then you can maintain those results by following the extreme plan. And you can do the extreme plan multiple rounds, just like you do with the original 21-day fix. It's just, a tighter dialed-in nutrition. So you can definitely continue doing it that way. In order to challenge yourself, what would you recommend after completing the 21 or the 3 weeks of the 21-day fix extreme? And that's what I had mentioned before. To keep challenging yourself, up your weights. And if you start with the extreme, maybe you try to add in 1 day of the countdown to competition plan to see how that and how your body reacts to that type of structure, eating plan structure. And then maybe the round after that, you go all in with the countdown to competition plan. You can mix them up to change things up for you. And we know when we introduce any type of change in our diet or our fitness, you're going to drive your body to get results because you're going to confuse it, you're going to trick it, and then the only thing that it can do is give you results. So it's good to change it up. And if you want that progression, go with the extreme, then add in some competition days, then go all in with a competition plan. And it'll keep you challenged for a few months, and then just keep adding, weights beyond that if you end up loving the program as much as we do. So that will definitely keep you challenged. Okay, so I think okay, so there is one other question on here from Lisa. She said, what if you know you cannot exercise to the full extent? Can you still rock this program? Absolutely. So we had people in the test group, like I mentioned before, who had coming back from recovering from surgery, who may have bad back. There was a lady who had bad backs, and she had to follow the modifier for many moves that were uncomfortable for her. You are still going to get fantastic results if, one, you're following that eating plan. That's where 80% of your results are going to come from. And then 2, following the modifier and really focusing on perfect form. That is going to help you get phenomenal results. So you can absolutely rock it, Lisa. I have no doubt about it. Okay, and there was one more that I do want to touch upon, is from Veronica. I'm curious about the meal plan and how to incorporate them into family life. So we are all, or maybe not all, but most of us have families, have children, have hectic schedules. How do you really manage to plan and prep for something like this? So I'm going to say it again, keep things simple. When you have protein as something that you need in your day and to incorporate it, bulk bulk prep as much as you can. So I'm going to be uploading a video on my YouTube channel to show you just what I do, what we did to prepare for competition days. And you're going to see a ton of bulk prepping, a ton of chicken grilled, a lot of oatmeal prepared, a lot of brown turkey prepared. What that's going to allow you to do is make it very easy for you to execute the plan, but then use those ingredients to make your family a dinner, because we don't want, if your spouse or your significant other isn't interested in doing this with you, that's okay. You're on this journey for you. You can stick to your plan and you can still adapt it to family life by bulk prepping. And what I would do is I would take that ground turkey meat and maybe I make my family spaghetti that night while I have my turkey and vegetables. Or maybe I use that turkey for taco night for my family while I have my tacos and avocado. Or maybe I use that grilled chicken for chicken fajitas or chicken and vegetables for them and for me. The oatmeal, I may just be eating it plain, but then I can add some sauteed apples with cinnamon on top for the girls. You can use those same ingredients, just repurpose them for your family so that you stay on track with your goals, and you're also not making it so difficult that you can't manage it in the evenings when you're trying to prepare meals for your family. Like I said, I'll have a YouTube video up soon with that and what I do with prepping for us and then using those ingredients for the family. And then certainly reach out to your coach. Planning is going to be key. And then being able to just adjust certain ingredients to have meals for your family is keeping that as simple as possible too. Okay, so I think that wraps up all our Q&A. Tommy, did you see any others come in that we should address?
No, I didn't see any other questions, and I hope I don't step on you here. I just wanted to remind everyone that we got confirmation yesterday that demand is going to be very high for this program. And we'll also find out exactly what time it'll be launching and let everyone know what time to expect that to be released. But make sure that you're signed up with your coach and you work with the coach and you're ready to go when this launches. I also want to say make sure that you are lined up and you're going to be part of a challenge group, because the support is definitely going to help you push through. And like I said, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. And you're going to want to commit 100%, 110% to this program. It's only 21 days, so make sure mentally you prepare yourself and you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it 100%, and I'm going to finish. And Leslie and I, we have a fair amount of information that we pulled together. And Leslie, I don't know if you're heading this direction, so I don't want to step on anything you might say. But tomorrow, when the program launches, we have our groups that we've obviously been working on, but we have a ton of content that we put together from the group, from the test group that we were in, and we're going to put all of that information together and get it out to our clients and our coaches, and make sure that you guys are absolutely prepared and ready for this launch.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that's what I was going to wrap it up on. I think it's perfect. And we really appreciate all of you guys tuning in for our first Google Air event. We hope we shared everything that we had. I think that kind of summed up everything. But if you still have questions, if you're still wondering if this is a good fit for you, reach out to your coach, reach out to us. We'll go through that. Our jobs as your coach is not to sell you on our next best, greatest program. Our jobs as a coach is to help find a solution to get you to reach your goals. And if this isn't the right program for you, we will help you find the right program. And we want you to succeed. So that, first and foremost, is what we're trying to achieve as coaches. So make sure you're reaching out to your coach. Reach out to Tommy or I if you still have questions on whether or not it's a good fit for you. We'll definitely guide you in the right direction. And we can't wait for the official launch tomorrow. We hope you guys enjoy this program as much as we have. We're super excited, and we cannot wait to see the results that all of you get in the next 21 days. So thanks again for joining us, and we hope you guys have a great afternoon. Thanks, guys.
Leslie, one more thing. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeesh. Yes.
All right, everyone. Also, make sure you visit us at fitsimple.com. And Leslie, we didn't put together a hashtag, but visit us on Facebook, FitSimple as well. That's FITSIMPLE. We want to see your results after 21 days. So make sure you get back in touch with us and show us how you're doing.
All right, guys. Thank you.